Our story begins in December 2016. Just before Christmas time, the small town of Spring Grove, Illinois learned that they'd be getting some new neighbors. Now, here I stand in front of the completed house. Over 500 volunteers have volunteered their time and energy to build this house from the ground up in just 10 days. This is the story of the Chobanov's journey home.
I love my job overseas and what we did. I love doing it, but kind of get hung up on it. A little bit adrenaline junkie, a little bit, you feel important. You feel real important when you're doing your job there because it's life or death. So you might get hung up on it a little bit and took my mind off of it. And each one of these guys, I had a little conversations with them on the side when they got a minute, when they weren't working. And every time I talked to one of these guys, I learned something. I learned another way of coping with things, another way of handling things. I swear I cut through 10 years of therapy in these past 9 days. It's just, these guys are so awesome. It's the greatest learning experience of my life. You couldn't teach us in a school or a college or anywhere else. These men all have life experience that most people don't have.
I met him at Hersey back in December. But yesterday, last night, we were sitting out on the road talking, and I said, "You're a totally different person than who I met in December," and he's becoming more comfortable around everybody, and it's been really nice, and more open and to talk to people, just to be around the family and to get to know them on a personal level. Here we are, we're building them a house.
Over the last 9 days, we've had very few obstacles and barriers. The only ones that we can't control, but things have happened, has been with the weather. We've had a couple of days of weather that have caused us some problems. But in the whole practice and the whole project, we've had a lot of good things happen, so we haven't had many obstacles or barriers. This one ran very smoothly, and it allowed for people to enjoy time to communicate and talk with each other outside of building 12 and 16 hours a day. We had more free time to actually visit and take our time and really make this the place you see right now.
My wife and kids are just amazed. I've never seen them so happy, and that's what does it for me. So that's what it means to me. The community is amazing. I cannot thank, the local people around here did so much, and they're so welcoming and warming. I feel like I've lived here for years, just like I feel like I know these guys for 20 years. To me, like I said, it was being around these guys. I feel like they're the missing link between where I was and where I need to be. And I feel like I made a lot of progress in these past 9 days. It was the greatest 9 days of my life being around these men. I know it's a brand new house and it's awesome, it's beautiful, it's the most beautiful house I've ever seen, but these guys are really awesome. I mean, you want to talk about down to earth, really good people, every one of them, just an amazing person.
You're changing a life in the big picture, and we take a couple of days off of work, we come drive some nails, we're painting, working on some sheetrock, but we're changing a life. I think that's the biggest takeaway for me.
Walking the halls of this house is truly an amazing experience. I've never experienced such solidarity and a strong sense of community. Even through adverse weather, with their backs against the wall, this amazing group of people have come together to build a house anyone would be lucky to call home. They've truly shown me that family goes far beyond DNA. What an amazing way to complete this soldier's journey home. For HTV News, I'm Kelly Helmer.